Hi, I'm Kristen from Whiskey Tango Farms, and we're back with another video to help guide you on your path to self-sufficiency through Katurna's quail, rabbits, gardening, and more. Today I'm just doing kind of like a fodder and plant update. The animals are kind of going crazy right now, so I apologize if it's loud. Anyways, I just wanted to do a bit of an update. So I restarted some of my fodder because the chickens and rabbits wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. I gave it to the rabbits and they didn't touch it, and I was like, okay, maybe they're just being picky. I'm like, I'll give it to the chickens. Chickens will eat anything. They'll even eat chicken, if you didn't know. So I tried giving it to them, and they just kind of like scratched at it and didn't eat it, and I was like, okay. So I did a little more experimenting. I didn't let the fodder go quite as long, and then I gave them some, and they seemed to really enjoy it. So I just did, that was just like a small trial batch. Now I did a bigger batch of that amount of time. It was about 3.5 days. So I have some fodder here that I grew in my fodder tower that I got from Jung's Garden Center. Like I said, it was about 3.5 days, and then I bagged it up and I just threw it in the fridge. So, but I also started some fodder in a 1/2 gallon jar, mason jar, and then I got some like fodder seed starting lids from Amazon. And basically it just has this kind of strainer on top, and then I poured in about 1/2 cup of alfalfa seeds. It's probably a little bit too much, honestly, because you can see it's pretty full. I let them soak overnight. It was about 12 hours or so before I got to them, drained it, and then I actually put them in a bag so that there was no light. I just used like a paper bag, and then I used a rubber band to make sure that it was kind of tighter and there's no light getting in. And then you just store it upside down, and I put a cloth underneath to kind of catch some of the extra moisture since it was in a paper bag. Obviously I don't want the paper bag to get soggy and gross and start breaking down. So this was about 3 days, and then they were pretty well established and sprouted, but they weren't very green. So then overnight I let them sit in the light under like where all of our pepper starts are, and it did green up a little bit. So but now I ran into this problem where I have the sprouts in there, but now some came out, but it's shaped like the jar. It doesn't come out. So I'm actually going to cut it up and then use some tongs to kind of get it out of there, because I tried taking the tongs and pulling it out, but it's pretty like well established in there. It's pretty thick. So I just have like a meal prep container here that we use for our dog food, and I figured it'll work for this situation. So I'm just going to, ooh, it smells good. I'm just going to kind of cut it up a little bit and then try to go in with the tongs. And then I obviously won't give this all to the rabbits, so I'm going to give some to the quail too and see if they like it, and to the chickens. We'll just kind of like let everybody try it out. I definitely don't want this to really go any farther than it did this time, because last time I let it go a little bit farther and it actually started to grow mold, which is obviously not good. So I threw that straight in the garbage. I didn't even obviously like offer that to the animals. So the good thing about this, because it's like vegetation, I believe I can give a little bit more of this to the rabbits. I had accidentally been feeding them too many treats, like straight up treats. Like I was giving them a lot of oats and stuff, which are very high in fat. So this should actually be good for them, high in fiber. Just checking, make sure I don't have any mold or anything, so that's good. I was very disappointed in myself when I had mold in that one batch, and I had to just throw it all away. Like internally I was screaming. I shouldn't say I threw it away. I threw it on the compost pile. So I guess it didn't go to waste per se, but it didn't go to its intended purpose, and that just upset me. clean up my mess a little bit. So that again is just some alfalfa seeds that I got from Jung's, which lucky for us is right down the road. It's also dangerous that it's right down the road, but they're just alfalfa seeds. I do, like I said, I did about half a cup in this half-gallon jar, and then I put this lid on there, and then once a day I would just fill it up and kind of like shake it up and stuff, and then back and forth and kind of swoosh it around, make sure all the sprouts were getting, oh, it smells really good. Make sure all the sprouts are getting lots of moisture, and then I would tip it upside down, set it on a cloth, and then put it in a plastic bag inside a paper bag. That way, if the towel got soggy, then the plastic bag would also kind of help catch that so that the paper bag wouldn't get soggy. But essentially the paper bag was just there to make sure no light didn't get in, so I didn't have any like weird things growing. So that seemed to work really well. I didn't have any mold or like weird smelling. Like, it smells good. It smells like greens. It smells like garden. So I did start another set of alfalfa seeds. I am trying kind of an experiment. It's this mix that we got from Prince, which is our feed mill. And it is, I have it in another bag because I like destroyed this like a werewolf. It looks like a werewolf opened the bag. It's called Green Feast Forage Mix. And it just says that it's 25% barley, 25% ryegrass, 20% wheat, peas, radish, alfalfa. Tells you where it's from. It looks like everything is from Oregon except the peas are from Idaho. And it's been tested to make sure that it has no weed seeds. This is probably not good for the fodder tower because it just says throw it in a container, water, and in 7 to 10 days serve the feast. So I think things like little pine pellets are just supposed to be something that this can cling to sprout. We're gonna try it anyways because why not? I already started it. So I'm going to go grab my water. All right, and I'm just gonna put my alfalfa seeds back on top of my forage mix, my Green Feast forage mix. And just 2 cups of room temperature water. Pour it in there and let it do its thing, and it just kind of drips down. Put the lid back on, but not tight, and then I'll go set this on our plant stand. If you want to see how we put together the fodder tower and how we started our sprouts, you can click here.